You are listening to an all-new episode of the Model Experience podcast, live from the Model House.
The Model Experience is the #1 resource for models. Real models, real stories, real resources.
Visit themodelexperience.net to learn more and be sure to follow us on Instagram at themodelexperience.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back in. You are listening to the Model Experience podcast. We are coming to you live from the Model House. Shout out to all my co-hosts. I'm going to pass it over to our very own model coach, Rio Summers.
What's up, you guys? I hope you're having a great week. I'm here with someone very, very special. As you know, she runs the world, Miss Super Producer Lamaya.
What? I thought we was passing over. Okay, I like that intro. And with that intro, I need to use her intro. We are sitting with our very, very special guest. You guys may know some of her clients. I don't know, Beyonce, maybe Kelly Rowland. I don't know, just name a few. Shakira. I don't know. I could keep going on and on. We have the amazing Kim Kimble, hairstylist to the stars.
Hair Majesty is here.
Hair Majesty.
We love that, Abby. Come on.
Yes. You know.
Hair God herself.
Yes.
So today's episode, we're really going to focus on set etiquette. So not every listener that we work with or model that we work with has had the opportunity to be on like $1 million set, such as yourself. So sometimes, productions are spending like thousands of dollars a minute. And so when you're just like a little piece of the puzzle, you may not realize how important it is to like be on time, be on point. And so I just want to get into set etiquette. So Kim, what do you think is like one of the things that you've seen on set, which is like a big no-no?
Well, listen, I say always, because this is also too, because it's in my wheelhouse, always kind of come prepared with your hair. Like, be clean, because it makes it easier for the stylist to work with hair. No one wants to work with stuff and product in their hair. But also kind of
dry? Like dry and clean? Or?
Like dry, if you can, or at least clean, because they can blow dry it, but at least clean, and then if you could come moldable, like don't have like anything that's permanent in your hair too much, if they have to change the hair, because if there's weaves and stuff in the hair and then, they need to put a wig on. I mean, if you know what they're actually going to do that day, then you're okay. If they say, well, we're going to work with your weave or whatever. I would recommend they even talk to the stylist to get an idea of what's needed. Yeah. Because I think it's so important, because if it doesn't work, I heard a story that Tyrus had talked about on an interview that she did, where she came to a set and it was a really big set, big important job, and she lost the job because her hair wasn't right for the job, and they didn't know what to do with it. Because this is another reason why you want to be extra prepared. They didn't know what to do with her hair. Wow. So it didn't look good. The person couldn't do her hair right. Wow. And so it looked bad, so they didn't want to use it. So then when she got another opportunity to come back to the same company, she went and got her hair done before she went and showed up with her hair right and ready to go.
That's crazy.
Probably found out what they wanted and showed up that way. And then she went on to work with this company for years. But she talks about this interview, and I understand it, because everybody doesn't know how to work with every type of hair, especially ethnic hair and weaves and extensions. Like, I've worked on jobs and people have come in with wigs and stuff. I think coming in prepared with wigs, clean hair, with nothing in it, ready to kind of just be moldable, I think is going to help with the success. But if you have people, just don't come up and show it with nothing. Right. Because if you have people that know how to do it, you're good and that are prepared. But if you have stylists who do not know how to work with your hair, or they brought a wig that didn't quite work, it's always great to show up with like a great wig, or if you do have great extensions or clip-ins or things like that, something that's movable that you can change the hair.
That's kind of like natural. Our model kit. We always make sure that our models have these certain key things in case the designer doesn't have it, in case they're always prepared and they're always ready. And I know that's really important, especially with time, because on these sets, they don't have time.
And it's their image as well.
Yeah.
Listen, the stylist should be prepared. The stylist should definitely reach out to you and find out what it is that you have going on with your hair. You know what I mean? And be prepared. Like, when I show up, I'm going to have several hair pieces and wigs. Wigs are the thing today. and I'll have different options, and I'll get an idea of what I'm doing, and I will try to reach out to the model or the actress or whoever to find out what is it that they have going on with their hair. But there's all instances now where people don't do that.
Yeah.
And so you just want to be prepared.
So that's a good tip for hairstylist listeners too.
Oh, yeah.
Check in with your client before.
Absolutely. Consultations, I take them across the board, not just in the salon.
Yeah.
Right.
For any job that I do.
What's the current state of your hair?
Yes.
It's important to know. I have
It's
like a side shave. If I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do my hair, and you think you're gonna put a wig in, or a weave in or something, and I don't have no hair on the side, you got to come up with Plan B on the spot.
Yes.
That's a good point.
So preparation is so important, and knowledge about what's going on.
Yeah.
But clean hair, because they need to be able to do stuff, and if it's product in it needs to be washed. There's no time, because everybody knows on sets time is money, and money is time.
Right.
So of course, being on time, we know that. But even making, I think that as a model, grooming yourself is important.
Absolutely.
You come with your nails kind of decent, clean.
You're getting hired for your look.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And your skin, take care of your skin, take care of your hair. Keep it as healthy as possible.
I would say you have to think of yourself like a canvas.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So take care of yourself, but keep it clean.
Because I think some models think just showing up is enough, and model and acting and everything. It's like, I'll get there and they'll just do the work. But the reality of it is that final piece is going to be a result. Like you said, your nails got to be clean. You got to just have those little elements that's not really your concern.
You have to keep up with
They're going to do hair. You just have to. Grooming is so important.
I feel like when you get once you get on set, that's the easy part. The hard part is I have facials this many times a week.
Preparation.
Keeping your hair together. Don't let your hair be damaged. Don't put, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hair care is important too, because some girls get booked based on their hair.
Yeah.
For hair. I've worked on hair campaigns for different big brands, and you have to have healthy hair.
Yeah.
So you have to really protect it.
Yeah.
And really take care of it. And wigs are such a good friend to people. They are a good friend. I understand it, because a lot of girls don't want their hair to be damaged, and they don't, and some people don't know what they're doing, and unfortunately, it's still that way, and they don't know how to work with this type of hair,
right?
And they're using the wrong heat, and they're using the wrong products. So we have to continuously educate and learn, and it's great the more prepared you can be, and have something to protect your hair. Even sometimes bring some of the stuff that that works for your hair. Just to know, because a lot of times I'll ask ahead of time, is there something specific, or if that it would help, they just bring what they want
or what they use, and what they're comfortable with.
Exactly.
How do you deal with clients? Because there's some new people coming in, and if they don't like something, how do you deal with that? Because I know a lot of times we try to tell them, you're not selling you're selling the product. You're selling whatever it is they're going for. So if a hairstylist comes in, they've been told what the look is. Mm-hmm. How would you say somebody should address a situation if they're not comfortable, or if they don't like what's going on? What would you say? As the talent?
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I've had people come in and they have particular things about their hair. I always recommend a wig, so that way I don't have to worry about damaging your hair. But I'll have my protective products, or they'll bring their protective products in. I'm sensitive to that, so I understand that.
Is there a way to address it though that you feel is professional and set etiquette?
Yeah, you have to be professional. You can't come I think on both sides. If the client is a little rude when they do it, it may.
That attitude and approach goes
that's
a long way.
I think everything I always say everything should be done in love. On both sides.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, I know what you understand that most people are professionals. They do know what they're doing, and so there is there's sort of like a respect thing there, because some people be like, oh, don't touch my don't touch they have this little weird thing that will set a stylist off in a minute. They'll be like, what, girl, and so they have to get the job done and create the look. But if there's something that everyone knows, I listen to clients because everybody knows their hair, really. They know,
But I respect
things.
that about you, because some people just feel like they know best.
They say, well, you know what, my hair gets fried if I use a certain amount of heat. I mean, everybody's listening to everybody. Everybody's on YouTube. So everybody's, I call them frustrated hairstylists. So everybody's a little hairstylist. But understand that, you know, a lot of times they are hiring high-end people to do some of these jobs, depending on which job you're doing, and these people know what they're doing. So I think that if they can just share what their concerns are in love and kind of trust the process a little bit, you know, especially if the person, but also too, the stylist can't come with an attitude and be, I've seen that too, and they're like, well, I'm not doing that. I remember I got called to come do a consulting job because the actress was really upset about her hair, and the person, you know, and they wanted me to kind of come in there and assess the situation because I couldn't come do the job, but they wanted me to make the actress feel better because she was not happy. And as
why she was not happy because the actual job of the hair, or what was she not?
Well, this is what I found out. It was all about the attitude.
There you go.
It wasn't, the person was a decent hair person.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that he did not really care about the person's hair. He was doing stuff, and he kind of was blowing her off, like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. You know what I mean? Basically, and this is the lead actress of a movie.
Right.
You cannot not
care what they're thinking.
And basically, she said, you know, he just did this and did that, and he was giving me attitude, and it was really all about his personality and his approach. So his approach was, and so, you know, I basically, when I had assessed the situation and I came back to the team, and I said, basically, it's just that, you know, she feels like he's not really, you know, listening to her, he doesn't care, and he's not accepting her input at all. And so I think that is, you know, because I learned early on, especially dealing with actresses, they need to stay in their headspace.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you take them out their headspace,
messes up the
absolutely.
messes up the whole thing. And so I tiptoe around. That's why I try to find out as much as I can before, and give them that comfortability right away.
So speaking of celebrities and actresses and actors, you work with so many amazing people. My favorite, of course, the Queen Bee, Beyonce.
Everybody loves the Queen.
You've worked with her for a long time now, right?
Since she was 19, when I started with her a movie called Carmen Jones.
Yes. That was your first job with her?
That was my first job with her. And then
Wow.
Austin Powers, and then we went on to do a lot, you know, Crazy in Love and all that kind of stuff.
You've been with her a long time.
Long time.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All kinds of good hair.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Ivy Park shoot. How did that come together? How did that?
Well, she said, you know, her team was like, this is the creative. She wants to have the, you know, Ivy Park and the beads and the braids. And I was like, yeah, I'm up for the challenge. Never done anything like it, but why not? So, and I have a great team of braiders. Kendra Garvey kind of leads the team for all the braiders. And so we got together, you know, created this braids. And then I had a stencil made with the, you know, with
the logo.
Yeah, with the logo. And so, because we was like, how are we going to get this? Because like, we're going to spray this on? What we going to do? I said, no, it's going to be so much better if the beads are lined up.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult. So it took us about a week because we laid out the beads first and like put them, you know, like in the row.
So did you guys literally have a creative meeting? Okay, how are we gonna do this?
Absolutely. We had to have a creative meeting. Like, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
You know, and get the words right, because it's kind of hard, you know, to get the why, the angles and all that.
And then you're dealing with the camera capturing that, so it's really strategic, I can imagine, to get it to actually translate.
To get it to translate, exactly. And so we had to go back. And I said, okay, we have to change the why. It needs to come over this way. I want a deeper V, like deeper here, and just. It was a little bit of a technical back and forth.
Yeah.
So take the beads off, because we had created like a stencil that had each braid. So we had to line them up according to each braid that was there, and then had to go back and take some out and add some. So it was a little bit of back and forth.
Right.
But at the end, I think it came out really, really great.
Yeah. And it's funny, people just see
and
the ads. They don't
so
realize
it's not digital. It's all really.
That's amazing.
It's really the actual.
And
beads.
what is she like on set? I'm sure her set etiquette is like
above. Oh, yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's a consummate. So we're professional. She shows up. You know, she's here to work, basically.
And that's important for our listeners to hear.
Yeah, she gets the work done. Yeah, she doesn't come. She wants it to be great. So she's gonna work hard at it. Do whatever she got to do. Practice, whatever she has to do. And of course, I've done so many shoots with her. She knows how to pose and she knows how to use her face and angles and light. She understands the camera. She's been doing it for a long time. And so I've watched her for many years in photo shoots and
because just because you're maybe a celebrity doesn't mean you're like great with camera. Some celebrities still have to train and get
exactly. Well, she's really great at it. Or either she got training, I don't know, but for years I've seen her.
You can tell she cares.
I can tell when someone's really comfortable in front of the camera and when they're not comfortable.
Yeah.
And
but if Beyonce's coming in humble, y'all got to know. Don't come in there. People book a job and they think they just like, bro.
Yeah.
If I find that nowadays the biggest people are the most chillest and
she comes to work.
Easy to work with because they care. They do. It's about the job, and that's a mistake that a lot of newcomers make is coming in with that attitude. Like just because you showed up with the job,
right? You
got to be respectful.
Exactly.
You need to come with the attitude of I'm here to do a job, not it's all about me.
Right.
And you need to put in the hard work.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think it's just all glamour.
It's all hard work in every aspect, in every business. I haven't seen, from running a business to working behind the scenes of a business to being a star, all of that. There is preparation and work that goes into everything. It's like what you put in it is what you get out of it. And my favorite words is you reap what you sow, and also faith without works is dead. So if you don't put the work in, what you think is gonna happen?
Period.
Yeah.
It's like what you put in is what you get out. And I truly believe that, and I've seen it over and over again.
Yeah, for sure.
So going on an audition, have you seen, I wonder sometimes if I come into an audition with my hair a certain way, will that stop me from getting the job? Or a lot of times do they come and say, hey, this girl is who we want, but we have a specific look. Has there been, does not having the right look walking in, you think in the door affect whether you get the job or not? Or have you had a lot of conversations where it's like, let's create something that can work for her?
Well, this is the thing. I think when you're auditioning for something, whether it's a role or even like a hair commercial, I've sat in all those different types of casting things. And what seems to really, because a lot of people are visual, it's all visual. Yeah. So I remember even working with some actresses and doing their hair before they go to an audition to give it that look,
Got it.
So people can visualize and see them in that role. I mean, of course, they've got to still do their part, but the look is, I think, very important because some people can, everybody's different. Some people can see a diamond in the rough and just, let me
pluck it.
Right. And some people say, oh, I get it. She's perfect for this. And so, you're going for a hair commercial. Shoot, come with your hair done, honey. I would walk in your hair blowing, I'm walking in like a commercial.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And so I think that that's important, and that should be definitely, people should consider that. This is part of your business. This is your work. Sometimes you have to invest in yourself. Absolutely. And so whatever that takes, if that means getting your conditioning treatments every week, right? Getting your hair trimmed,
getting that facials, and
getting your facials, because that is your job. You make money on your face, because I see a lot of I'm sure a lot of models do it anyway, but people that are more newer getting into the business, you definitely want to learn this early on. Yeah. Because first of all, a lot of models are very young. Yes. So they have great stuff going on already, but it's a constant thing, and you want to get in the habit of taking care of yourself, drinking enough water, eating good, don't stay up all night partying the night before, because it's going to affect the way you look. Yes. And when you're starting out, some people are going to command that people are going to work with you regardless. But I just noticed that people that are really successful, are very disciplined all the way through.
So you don't burn out.
They're for years, and I've watched them consistently be.
J-Lo comes to mind, where I feel like she doesn't really party. She really
she
just
don't eat. I mean, she don't say she don't eat, but she eats
but
really
she
healthy.
does
That's
what she needs to do.
She's snatched, honey. She looks good. Every time she put that dress on, right? She didn't just wake up. Some people have good genetics, yes. Right. But it is.
But you can burn out.
It's called maintenance, honey. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
eventually all that stuff will come into play. The drinking, the late nights. Eventually you're gonna wake up and you're not gonna be able to pull that shaper on. Because they don't want you in a shaper today.
This is the thing. The cash always feels good. Okay. So when you're doing it, think about, I'm making a sacrifice.
I'm making a deposit.
Right, but that check that I'm about to cash, because this client, you fit it. I think it's important. Yeah. Develop those habits early on, because there's a lot to learn. Learn a lot about nutrition. Like sometimes what you eat, you come in with a swollen. If you drink alcohol, it's going to make your face
Right.
swell. You know what I mean? You're going to get what do they call it? Pores.
Open pores.
All this kind of stuff. Really start to think about all that. And so, all the way around it, I think it helps.
I want to ask you for our viewers, just to give a note on what it takes. How did you get to this point? How did you get to become Kim Kimble, celebrity hairstylist to the stars? Because I think people just need to understand the consistency and the work that it took for you to get to this point. And if you could give 3 points of advice, what would you give to be successful, the highest success that you can reach, I guess, for yourself?
Okay, well, I may have touched on a few of these.
Yes.
One, I love what I do, so there's a passion there. Passion really drives you, even when you don't want to go. Like you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
There will be days you don't feel like it, but if it's something you're passionate about and you really love it, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
It feels like, okay, this is my, and I feel I'm very comfortable in the space.
Yeah.
This is what I love to do.
Yeah.
Second, understand that it will be hard work. Nothing comes easy, like practice. Like even to tell my son, practice. Like I told him when he started modeling, I said, you need to go every time the door is open.
Yep.
To go. Because you want to start really practicing and getting that experience. Nothing is better than having experience.
Right.
And it gives you confidence when you do it. The more you do
Experience
it.
equals expert.
Boom.
There you
That's
go.
in the book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that in your book?
Version 2.
It's Set Etiquette.
Okay, there you go. And then the third is, God, I educate myself a lot on what I'm doing. When I started off, I said, listen, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going somewhere in this business.
Learning,
Yeah, so I took up, it was really weird. I went through each thing. Like, okay, this is before I even started doing set work. I said, let me master my color, master color. Let me master cutting. Let me master extensions. And that was kind of new. So I was kind of developing that actually as I was going on. I always pushed myself to not learn, but also push myself in being risky. I mean, I've taken risks too when it comes to hair, and I've got a little bash sometimes on social media for it. But hey, sometimes the risk, there is a reward.
Scared money don't make money.
There is a reward. There's no reward without risk.
Yeah.
And so you can't be gotta try to be a trailblazer or trendsetters. I think it's important.
Yeah.
Because without risk, like if I could have told Beyonce, I don't know how to do beads and I won't do that.
Next.
We're gonna take a chance.
We're gonna figure it out
today. It was a
today.
big reward because people really loved it.
Yeah.
It was a great for us, and so and I take risks all the time.
Yeah.
But I think you have to be willing to take risks to go out there. Listen, it's our first hair fashion show.
I was just
That's
coming
a
to
risk.
that.
You know what I mean?
So speaking of risks.
Yes.
So Kim Kimble has come to the model experience, and now we're about to collaborate on a huge show.
She gonna be there, y'all.
The first ever wig fashion show. So tell us about this wig.
What, you want me to
collection.
model in it?
Yes.
I'm ready for my moment.
Yes, honey. Rio, help me. What I do, Rio? What I do?
Oh, you got a naturally, but we just
Okay.
a little bit to where you want.
Right. Okay.
So tell us about the wigs that you're launching.
Yeah.
So I'm launching ready-to-wear wigs, but that are not, they're great for just wearing, but stylish and fashionable. But you want to, it's for the it girl who wants to look cute and wants to, she'll put a little extra something on, and who wants to coordinate her wardrobe and her hair. And so that's kind of, what.
Is this new? Have you had?
Well, I've always worked in wigs for numerous movies, videos. We create customized wigs and develop all kind of wigs for clients and movies and all kinds of stuff. But, a while ago, I had a lot of women who had hair loss issues that were reaching out to me about creating a wig. So I started developing a wig line. It's more so in the salon. We have we have a salon, Kimble Hair Studio, in West Hollywood. And so I've been doing that for a while. I've been doing it for my clients, and now people are always asking, well, where can I get your wigs? Where can I find your wigs? So now, I've been working diligently on developing wigs, because one thing I noticed by doing it in the salon is that it took us a while to find wigs for people that could put on themselves. you know, that they can make it look good. So that's been my mission, is to create wigs that people can put on themselves and it looks good, and they don't have to walk around looking crazy. You know what I mean? Or they have to have a hairstylist, you know, twerking it and doing all that. They want to be able to put it on and it looks good. So that's been like sort of my, you know.
So are there different shapes for different like faces that you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
You would definitely want to find the right shape and the right face. You know, and this is the thing. One thing I notice a lot of times in the salon is a lot of people come in and they'll try on different wigs, and it's just one that works. You know, some don't work, but then we find that one that's like, oh yeah, there it is. This is the one. You know, and then we'll cut it, and a lot of times we do a lot of custom in the salon. We'll cut it and color it and do all that. So these are going to be more cut and color, more friendly style, easy styles for people to maintain.
Are you going to be doing like lace fronts, or just are you
a little
doing
bit of both?
Across the board?
A little bit of both, because we have to be. Lace fronts are really particular because you got to know how to glue it on.
Yeah, and the edges got to be right. It's like
baby hairs too.
They got to come with a solution for that.
Exactly.
Like somebody got to do a lace front with edges is just right. But I know it. I'm saying she said come to the salon. So yeah, I guess where she's going with it. But does it have to be done personally because of the head shape, like she said? That's the only thing. I'm wondering if it can even come ready made. Like
we have wigs
edges
that come where that you know, now not every wig is going to fit everybody,
right?
You know, and we can probably custom order.
But you do have ones with the edges
custom order.
already?
Yeah, we do have some with the lace already on the edges. Yeah.
Okay.
It has like
baby hairs.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then stuff like bangs and stuff. Bangs are really easy.
Yeah.
You know, to do, or side parts and specific things.
So what can we expect to see on the runway? So you're gonna do Fashion Week in March. We've got some really sexy models.
Yes.
So hair-wise, what are we expecting?
I think we're gonna do a little bit of texture. Definitely styles. I want to see more cuts and styles, because everybody can put on a long wig and just rock it.
Yeah.
But I think creating a style with it is gonna be really dope.
Nice.
Because that's part of it. If it doesn't look cut, then it look like you just threw a wig on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we want to, get it like close to being done as possible. So this is going to be an opportunity to see what we come up with, darling. And I definitely I'm feeling texture is definitely something that
I love it. I can't wait to
you guys better stay tuned.
Yes,
Kimberlized, okay?
You're going to be Kimberlized. You're going to be Kimberlized. And
you gotta do it like Oprah. You get a Kimberlized.
Right. You get a wig. And you get a wig.
I'm so excited. I love playing with
We all get wigs.
Okay, you ready? You ready?
You all get wigs.
So if you guys want to catch the show, please do. Tickets are available online.
Yes.
And Kim will be showing on March 7th at 9 p.m. at the LA Convention Center. You can visit the link in our bio.
And it's gonna be lit. Like, you don't want to miss this.
Honey,
It's innovative. It's new. It's fresh.
First ever, honey.
It's about to first ever, honey.
Yeah.
Innovation, style, fashion.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in. We just got Kimberlized.
Yes.
Wow.
And it feels so good.
Right?
If you're a new model looking to take your career and portfolio to the next level, visit themodelexperience.net.